I've pumped my heart this morning. Started my heart from like 119. Heart rate to like 175 before I call it a stop, you know. I said, quit, man. I gotta take a chill pill. Now, I'm excited and enraged. Let me tell you this. There was an American president who was president at the time, and after he finished his tenure or lost the election, he went back to the House of Senate, to the upper house of the bicameral assembly, and became a senator. I don't know if it was FDR or Lincoln. I don't know which one it was. I haven't had time to Google it. Google's your friend. You can do that. The reason I'm bringing this up is because of my politicians in Nigeria. I want to show you how useful the politicians are in the presidential bicameral sort of democracy, and how useless our politicians are in our own presidential system. I'm going to start somewhere, though. I'm going to start with, what's his name? The dude from Kwara. Dr. Bukola Saraki, I guess I get his name right. And his sister, who was also a senator at one time. Now, the problem with that dude is he thinks he's an elder statesman right now. No, he's useless. He's not benefiting himself. He's not benefiting Nigeria. He served as governor 2 times in Kwara State, fought against his father, who was like the big boss in his the box stop here in his state, Kwara. He won the battle. He became a governor, kicked his father's people out. His boys became governor as well. Kicked his sister out. She became irrelevant. Now he was senator, and he became Senate president. And I think that dude thought, man, that's it. I'm going to go be president. And then Nigeria happened to him. They reminded me that he was still a kid. Now, the problem here is this. Saraki is finished right now. He got nothing to offer us except just perambulate and go greet people like Fani Kayode and other wasted so-called elder statesmen in the country, the washed-out politicians who runs to Ajib all the time for their fuel. Ajib meaning any government in power. Saraki, I had hope in Saraki, not because I live in the country, but just because I saw this man as somebody who's bringing the wisdom of his education in England, merging that with the street level credibility in Nigeria and bringing them together. I thought with the benefit of having lived in 2 different countries or so many countries and I haven't traveled far and wide, and a doctor that matter, this dude could benefit Nigeria with a thing or two. But I also told people at the time he came out to run for presidency that he was wasting his time. He wasn't the storm then. The whole indices, the whole arithmetic pointed to that fact. What Saraki should have done is continue to be in the Senate. I understand that maybe the presidency then would then zone to somewhere else and he won't have the opportunity to be Senate president, but it doesn't matter. Saraki should have continued to be in the Senate House of Assembly and make laws and influence. By virtue of being the former Senate president, his colleagues will give him that respect. Trust me. He'll still carry the perks of a former Senate president, the security perks, the financial perks that comes with that, and the security that comes with that of job and everything into his new position as a senator. But just a typical Nigerian thought, why would I do that? The big man in him did not allow him to do that. Now, what is he doing for Nigeria right now? How do we benefit from his expertise? Nothing. It's just doing no one better. You see him at every party. Every local organization they arrange somewhere, he's there, taking pictures, running around, and people calling him my leader, my leader. He's leading nothing, mate. He's a leader of nothing. He failed to serve Nigeria at the time Nigeria called for him. He should have remained in the House of Senate, or whatever you call it, the Senate House, the upper chambers of the legislature, the federal legislature. He didn't do that. Now let's go to another useless politician, Ibori. What is Ibori doing for Nigeria today? Nothing. It's useless, equally useless. We miss Ibori's doggedness and ruggedity in Nigerian politics to have benefited Nigeria, but it's benefiting nobody because he didn't want to become Senate or House of Rep or remain in the local level. He wanted to go up and they fucked him up. How is this having Nigeria? No way. Lucky Benedion, another useless politician. You know, we miss his knowledge and everything too for him to have continued. He did 2-time governor. He's nowhere to be found. He's a washed out politician. Who do we go to? Donald Duke, another useless one. Senator, he was governor instead of him to go become a senator, House of Rep, or, you know, remain locally. No, he want to go up. Fucked him up. All he does now is host the Duke of Kent. He calls the Duke of Kent a white man, his brother. That's how they siphon our resources. Now, who else do we touch on? Who's useless now? Oh gosh, who's another useless governor? Fashola went on to serve as minister. Okay. Who's another useless governor we need to call on now? Where's Joshua Daria? I know he was in prison for some time, you know. But hey, look at this dude. What's his name? Nasser El-Rufai. I think he's positioning himself for presidency and he's doing all the old one bet, taking all the pictures. But he did serve as Federal Capital Territory Minister. I think he served as minister in another position and then went to become a governor. So that's good. But where's he now? I thought he wanted to serve under Tinubu. He might still do it in the second dispensation, maybe after 2 years of this tenure. I don't know. But I would expect somebody with his knowledge and expertise, is a libertarian, to come into the National House of Assembly to bless us with his expertise, help us create laws and write another constitution that will take Nigeria to a greater place for the next 30 years. But he's equally becoming useless right now. If he doesn't become president, he's useless. He's useless. Who will not benefit from his expertise? His libertarian ideas will die out. What's the point? We need you guys to be there and turn things around. Because he's got big mouth. He comes to the Chatham House all the time. I've been there 3 times and met with him, shook hands with him, 2 pictures with him. He's useless now. Nuhu Ribadu was almost becoming useless, but now he's serving as NSA. That's a good one. We're being blessed by his expertise and knowledge. I'm grateful for that. Who's another useless one? Watch that politician. Who do we call out now? As equally useless. Oshomole is useful. This is a warlord, street cred, Labour president, went to become a governor, broke the feathers of godfatherism in Edo State. Then almost became a godfather himself, and his own godson broke his own feathers. But that dude has gone to the National House of Assembly, where I believe his mouth will be sharp as a razor to tear down people. His expertise is needed. But I hope he doesn't become useless after this 4 years and then decide to go become a vice presidential candidate for a northern president, because I think that's all the gearing themselves for. Then it will become equally useless. Nigeria will happen to him. We need your expertise in all these spheres, because the truth is this: the dudes we have, Idore Keme, from Matthew Idore Keme, has become useless as well. It was there, and I had high ambition for that dude. I had high ambition when he was in National Assembly. I think they shoot above their power, wanted to become governor. They fucked them up. Nigeria happened to them. This is what I expect them to do. You've been blessed by virtue of becoming our elected leaders in positions. What we lack in Nigeria is discipline in the political arena. In the state houses of assembly, we don't have continuity. You have people who just jump from here to there, opportunists who are not grounded in what legislation is or what legislature is. They're not grounded in the art of politics and creating social politics that touches the life of people. They're there for themselves, their belly and their pocket. That my dude from Benin said, you know, the Benin should figure that out and tell my brothers from the other side of Nigeria what that means. What I'm saying is, if we have continuity of people like Matthew Idore Keme at the State House of Assembly for maybe 16 years, they've built laws that would then ensure that no governor will come into play and play away with them the way who did, Oshomole did, and subsequently Obaseki did by just ruling with fiat. But they don't. They run away. Now look at the National House of Assembly. The Okadigbo time, I miss that era where men, erudites, men with head, men with faculty were there. They would have created the pious, Dr. Ayim Pius Ayim, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, Van Ewerem them. These were men, they are told in Zeribe. These are men grounded in the art of policies and politics. Those men, we needed them. Look at America. You have Senator John McCain there for a long time before he died. We have people still there. They shake, they die there. While they're there, they recognize the power that they're the most powerful people. They hold the most powerful positions in America, not the president. They can fuck the president up. What that does is they tell the president, hey, you just come in here for a minute. We've been here 25 years. We know these rules more than you. We know how the laws work. We know how the legislations play out in real life. You don't know. You're just an opportunist like Obama. Obama was in the junior house. He was a junior congressman for a couple of years and moved on to Senate and became president. He had no knowledge of how that place was running. But he had friends in there and they backed him up. They backed his policies up. This is what I'm saying. But in Nigeria, when you have a president, Tinubu now, and you have a senator who's just been brought out from a bush in Warri or Benin, who's never been to Abuja, now he's in Abuja, he's seeing wealth. He's seeing people with clean skin, northerners with clean skin, northerners who speak like the Queen of England speaks. He's in awe, he's amazed by everything around him. Oh my God, that's what Abuja be. You think it's that senator or House of Rep member from that bush in Benin or Bayelsa or Delta that will challenge Tinubu's policy? When that dude stand in front of Tinubu, they will be like, oh my God, I'm standing in front of a God. Because, come on, Tinubu not power. But if we had people like Okadigbo, if God bless his soul, if he was still around and he was still there in that House of Assembly, Tinubu could come there and bar for even Okadibo, because Okadibo will be like, when I was doing this in the trenches, you were still a kid. You get where they come from. That's what it is. But we don't have that continuity. They become House of Rep member once, and they run it back after they've stolen some few coins. They want to go become a state governor. Are you mad? They become Senate president, Senate leader once, minority leader or majority leader or committee chair. I don't want to go become governor. Are you mad? Like Dino Melaye? What will be your problem? You never even conserve one place. Create laws that will benefit all Nigeria, because you guys are self-serving. That's why you've all become useless. Senator Melaye is useless. It's like he's taking the position of Hush Puppy in Dubai. Shame. That's his position. Atiku is equally useless. I just told you when I started this video that there was a president in America who left his presidency or was unelected at the next time and he became a senator. What does Atiku do in Parambuleti? How is Nigeria benefiting from the so-called Turaki's wisdom? No. It's almost like a skit maker. It's just flying from one restaurant to another, blessing skit makers like Dino Melaye. How are we benefiting from Turaki's wisdom? None. It's useless. It's a washed-out politician. It's useless. What do you want? What do you want? Because if you want to serve Nigeria, man, you can't go back to your local council and become a councillor. You will be once in the history of the world. You will make Guinness Book record. You will make history. The whole world will respect you. Say, oh my God, former vice president and so many times presidential candidate. What's his name again? Atiku Abubakar is not the councillor for Ward 5 in his local government. You know how much the chairman go fear to even steal, how much the governor of your state go fear to steal. You will bring so much progress to your state. Atiku, go do that. I don't give you level. Who be the other washed-out politician? My family is not even a politician. I won't even go there. There's so many washed-out politicians. Where them? Where's Chimaroki Namani? Where is he these days? Where's Achike Udenwa? Where's that guy? What's his name? The one EFCC went to his ass through the roof and he was calling Jesus Christ. Where's Umbadinuju? I hope they're still alive. Oh my God, they make out for. I don't even know what I'm talking again. But you get the point. You guys are all washed-out politicians, man. Serve. Consolidate your power base. You can't be a senator, remain there for like 24 years. Yeah, you the wrong go. You become a senator at the age of 24. Add another 16 or 24, you just be 48. By that time, you'll be grounded in Nigerian law, in Nigerian constitution, back and forth. Nobody's telling you what it is. Then any president will come, you go fifth down, they say, guys, chill there. I know this law passed, let me interpret it. You're meant to be interpreting these things. And you guys not get a clue. You not get a clue. My heart, they rate again. But you, in those positions I just mentioned, you're all useless politicians. You're washed out. Anyway, this is not Jude Speaks, the God, big speaker. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.